Chapter 7. I will rout you out. It's not that we don't have enough scoundrels to curse. It's that we don't have enough good men to curse them. G.K. Chesterton. The impassioned words spoken so frequently by President Trump and his entire style of campaigning featuring plain speaking and rough talk reminds one of another tough figure from America's political past. Old Hickory, Andrew Jackson. Read these words attributed to Jackson and see if you hear echoes of a Trump speech about the swamp. Gentlemen, I too have been a close observer of the doings of the Bank of the United States. I have had men watching you for a long time and am convinced that you have used the funds of the bank to speculate in the breadstuffs of the country. When you won, you divided the profits amongst you, and when you lost, you charged it to the bank. You tell me that if I take the deposits from the bank and annul its charter, I shall ruin 10,000 families. That may be true, gentlemen, but that is your sin. Should I let you go on? You will ruin 50,000 families, and what would be my sin? Should I let you go on? You will ruin 50,000 families, and that would be my sin. You are a den of vipers and thieves. I have determined to rout you out, and by the eternal, bringing his fist down on the table, I will rout you out. Strong words from Old Hickory, the 7th President of the United States, and a man no stranger to battle, in wars, duels, and politics. Compare those with these from a speech Donald Trump made in 2016 in Colorado. Real change also means getting rid of the corruption in Washington. Public corruption is a grave and profound threat to a democracy. Government corruption spreads outward like a cancer and infects the operations of government itself. If the corruption is not removed, then the people are not able to have faith in their government. It deadens and saps the spirit of civic participation. Corruption decays our trust in institutions and our legal system. When the outcome is fixed, when the system is rigged, people lose hope. They detach. Our society becomes unplugged and unhinged. When the powerful can get away with anything because they have the money and the connections to rig the system, then the laws lose their moral authority. As FDR once said, government by organized money is just as dangerous as a government by organized mob. This is what we often see in third world countries, where the governments are often run by a small handful of corrupt people for their personal enrichment. Corruption is coercive to every institution of government, and it must be stopped. Restoring honesty to our government and the rule of law to our society will be my highest priority as president. That is why my contract with the American voter begins with a plan to end government corruption and take our country back from the special interest. I want the entire corrupt Washington establishment to hear and to heed the words I am about to say. When we win on November 8th, we are going to Washington, D.C., and we are going to drain the swamp. This was as clear a declaration of war on the corrupt establishment as one could imagine. The establishment had already declared war on him. As these words are written, the impeachment trial in the United States Senate is in full swing. It is the culminating and hopefully last-ditch effort of those who recognize in Donald Trump their mortal enemy, because in him they see a man determined to restore honesty and integrity to our government, which restoration would result in a raft of indictments, trials, and convictions of many in the swamp, or just because they disagree with his view of what our foreign and domestic policy should be. With regards to foreign policy and the inane endless wars in the Middle East with no resolution, Trump appears to have said, "This ends now." Similarly, with regards to being taken advantage of in foreign trade deals, he has said, "This ends now." And with regards to corruption in the United States government, he has likewise said, "This ends now." And so, like a cornered beast, the establishment set about to destroy him. A Catholic vote for Trump.